Man, this is taking longer than I anticipated. Blame me for having a throat ache with a set of coffee fits and procrastination. So here's a random detour that's just a way to say I'm still alive and also I got a new graphics card installed.
This is the guild of Dungeoneering. All across the land they're cheering, oh, to be a Dungeoneer, chasing fame and glory.
Well, that part isn't gonna get old. Guild of Dungeoneering was developed by fuck everyone who thinks it's hard to pronounce you technics. How the hell do you say this right? Anyway, it's an Irish studio. Finally, some good representation. When are you gonna review a Portuguese game? It got published by Versus Evil in July 2015, available for PC and mobile devices. The standard version is what I'm playing because I got it for free on the Epic Store some time ago, though you can get the Ultimate Edition that has additional content out of the box and is available on the Switch if you're into that stuff. Start up the game and you share it with the theme song, singing and everything.
This is the Guild of Dungeoneering, on a quest we're never veering, oh, to be a Dungeoneer, swimming in pools of gold.
Save slots! We really are in the past! The Ivory League of Explorers, the noblest, most virtuous guild in the land. Pfft, those insufferable jerks! I'll show them! They won't think me so grossly incompetent when I have my own guild! So this jealous folk decide to find a guild in the bad part of the town and lure some suckers in to live or die in the dungeons. He's my first employee, a chump, and they're off adventuring. After this little tutorial on how to play the game, it doesn't hold your hand anymore. I like the aesthetic. It takes the student's notebook when they're really bored at school approach. I can relate to that. I love the little doodles for the enemies and the equipment. It's so cute. Even this demonic looking orc doesn't look that frightening. I love it so much. For sound, it's great as well. The audio design just blends well, including the hearts up and down sounds. And I love the grunts the Dungeoneers make. There is voice acting in the form of the bards. They sing whenever you succeed, die, get a type of adventure the first time, all that.
A tender thing is a hero's life, a spear, a sword, a rusty knife, a Dungeoneer's life. Now that's to be had. Still, he should have got that tetanus jab.
While I get where they're going with this, they can get really annoying when you start to lose often, and I'm glad you can shut them up. Same cannot be said about the music, thankfully. Some of them are just mesmerizing to hear, and others are just oppressive, giving that feeling of going to a dungeon in Oblivion. When no one's attacking you! What I like about it is that the drums of the songs ramp up when in battle. Amazing, really. In this game, you have to build a dungeon for your Dungeoneer to get through. You use up to 3 cards to place rooms, enemies, and trinkets to earn gold. Enemies and gold lure the Dungeoneer to the objective, more so if the enemy is on the same level as them. Easy to learn, yes, but also irritating at times. Sometimes I get stuck by the cards given in return that don't have what I want, like low level enemies who slow down an approaching BBEG. Other times I get frustrated when I try to lure the Dungeoneer to one path. One time during the Mimic Queen quest, I tried to slow her down and put a bandito enemy in front of her. However, the Dungeoneer wants to attack them and I don't want to let them, so I plopped the fire elemental that's closer to them. And yet, they walked to the bandito! Now I know how DM feels. There's also rooms you could plop that have a fountain. They can either be good, notified by the golden ones, or bad, notified by the red ones. If you get them, you're either blessed or cursed till the next fight ends. So I hope you don't stumble upon a fountain that conceals the enemy's next attack. Oh yeah, I should talk about how these battles work, and this looks like Slay to Spire, except this game came out years before that. So similar to that game, use cards to attack and defend, and you get to see what card your enemy will use before selecting yours. The enemy will always play their card first, unless you're a ranger using physical attacks. Speaking of which, some cards in your deck can have physical attacks, or have magical attacks, sometimes it's both. You can even have cards with a Thunderbolt symbol that lets you use it first before your enemy uses theirs. Every time you win a battle, you're given one of 3 items you can use or replace. They provide better max health, attacks and defenses, or just plain cards. They can be tempting if you don't mind the stupidity of them all. Unlike in any other RPG, when you start a quest, the Dungeoneer will always start at level 1 with nothing other than their traits. So you have to kill an enemy of escalating levels so you can traverse the dungeon easily? When you complete the quest, all your items will be sold for glory, the game's currency, as well as a bonus for exploring, killing, and completing it. Upgrading your guild is essential. You can buy trinkets that help your Dungeoneer's journey, rooms that grant you better items once you defeat an enemy, and rooms that attract different kinds of adventurers. One type can have a different starting trap that can make or break their journey. A few examples: the Bruiser can attack an enemy when they fully protect themselves, a Rager can do what I told you a short time ago, and Mimes have cards that can copy or discard an enemy's card. Also, Mimes can be adventurers too, don't think too hard. However, after completing a quest, Dungeoneers can earn traits, whether good or bad, so it's best to keep their traits in mind because you can only have one person per job. If they die, you have to wait and send a different Dungeoneer to do the work, and let them die, I guess. Completing a quest is a matter of your deck and your luck, to be honest. I hit a roadblock when I was stuck at this quest, one where I must lure the Dungeoneer to a certain room before the ritual is complete. I had so much trouble with this one because of this fucking freak. If you try to confront them, both of you get your health reduced by 1 at the start of your turns, so you have to quickly defeat them before the burn gets you. And it's really difficult. I tried to level my butt up to 4, but holy shit, I kept getting my ass kicked. While I did manage to finish the quest by sheer luck, I hate this. The rest of the game is good though. It's a fun and interesting game to try it out. I recommend getting the Ultimate Edition. Unless it's actually worse than the original, I don't know, I never checked. I promise you that the next video will be a big one about that open world game.